Welcome to the Mom Self-Care Podcast, your safe space to finally focus on YOU. I'm Chari Twitty-Hawkins, your self-care coach for moms, praying wife, and mom of four. And I know that being a Christ-centered mom is such a beautiful calling, but it can be so draining. That's why it's important to make sure you are filling your own cup. On this podcast, we'll discuss practical, holistic self-care strategies to help nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Because a mama who fills her own cup pours that back into her family with true peace and joy. Tune in for honest conversations about motherhood and self-care because you matter too. Blessings, mamas, and welcome to the Mom Self-Care Podcast. I'm Chari Twitty-Hawkins, your host and self-care coach for moms. And today I'm sharing with you 3 scriptures to help you overcome anxiety. I know a lot of us have been talking about anxiety, how our children are dealing with it. But I think when we were children, I'm 45, just for reference. When we were children, I think we dealt with it as well. We just didn't have the know-how to put a name on it to say, this is what I'm dealing with. And anxiety is having an uneasiness or a worry or nervousness about something that you think is going to happen, about something that you're like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? And you feel anxiety about it. You can feel it in your body as well. I've talked about that, how we feel emotions in our body. So if you've been struggling with that, this episode is for you. And I struggle with it too. I told y'all on the past episodes that I'm going through perimenopause. So it is definitely heightened. That's actually a symptom of perimenopause. It's heightened anxiety, where you start to worry about things that you necessarily wouldn't even be concerned about. You start to feel that anxiety almost immediately, like with the quickness. So if you're going through perimenopause, you might can relate to this as well. But we have to know that God does not want us living in a constant state of anxiety. He wants us to be able to give our worries to Him. So this is what I'm here to help you do. Make sure you save this episode, get your pen out, take notes, come back and listen again if you can't do it right now. Share with the mommy you love as well. So the first scripture I'm going to share with you, or scriptures, I'm going to share with you, Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. And this is important because it says, lean not on your own understanding. So when we feel nervous or we're super worried about something that we think is going to happen, that's because we are leaning on our own understanding. We're thinking about what we know, what we have experienced, so what those around us have experienced. So that can cause anxiety, but when we start to trust in the Lord and know that He can do all things, know that He can go before us and make our path straight, then that's a mindset shift. Then you're able to say, okay, I need to stop worrying about this. I need to start having anxiety, stop having anxiety about this, because I'm having anxiety about something that I don't even know is going to happen in the first place. And I don't know the statistic, but a lot of times when we worry about stuff and we're having anxiety about it, a good number or a good amount of the time, those things don't even happen. So we're walking around carrying this burden, carrying mental space, worrying about something that we don't even need to be worried about, that we need to give to God. So when you start feeling yourself having anxiety, ask God to help you. I will throughout the day as an affirmation. I've talked about affirmations before. And if you don't have my book, Self-Care Affirmations for Moms, make sure you check it out. The info will be down in the description. But I will just say throughout the day, Lord, help me to release this anxiety. I prayed in the morning, and then throughout the day when I start to feel it coming, or I know something could possibly come that makes me feel anxiety, I say, Lord, help me to release this anxiety. And I say it over and over, and I focus on my breathing until I calm down. Because then instead of focusing on what I know, what I've experienced, I'm giving it to God. So that scripture is so important, to lean not on your own understanding. You don't know it all. You don't know it all. No, you don't. Y'all know that mama is always right and all of that stuff. Incorrect. But when you are able to say, hey, I'm going to give it to God and I'm going to let Him handle it, then you release that burden and ask Him to help you release it. Say this scripture over and over if you need to. And the next scripture is Isaiah 26:3. And it says, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. And this is so important. I've asked moms, what are the things they want to accomplish? What do they really want in life? Not the tangible things, like a new house, a new car, but what do you really want? And a big one is peace, wanting inner peace. But when you are thinking about all of these different things, when you're worried about your kiddos, when you're worried about Are you doing things the right way? When you're having anxiety about, am I going to mess up my children? All of these different things, that's having inner turmoil. That's the opposite of peace. So when you say to God, help me to be the mom you want me to be for my children. When you say, God, help me to see my life through your eyes. Lord, what do you want me to accomplish? What do you want my life to look like? Then when you start to align with that, then you have more peace. You have more peace because you're not worried about having anxiety about all of these different things that may not even really matter in the grand scheme of things. So ask yourself, am I trusting God? Because when you trust in him, then you're able to let go of control, which a lot of times when we're trying to control everything and do everything our way, that's when that overwhelm, burnout, all these things happen because you have unrealistic expectations. But when you give it to God and let him show up in your life, and then as well, you step back and say, hey, I'm not in control of this anyway. And even if that thing does happen that I'm feeling anxiety about, is the world going to end? A lot of times the answer is no. But we may think the answer is yes, because again, we're trying to be in control. So trust in God and he will give you the peace that no man can take away, that no woman can take away. And the last scripture I'm going to share with you today is Matthew 6:34. And it says, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And I know you guys have heard this scripture before. I know a lot of you guys have, but this is true. So maybe, when you lay in the bed at night and you're thinking about, all the things I did not do. And then, oh my gosh, then you start having anxiety about what's coming up tomorrow. Don't do that. Instead of having that go in your head over and over again, shift that to, I'm going to pray. I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to ask him again. You can bring that back in. Help me to release this anxiety I'm feeling in this moment. Help me to give tomorrow over to you. Show me what I can do. The serenity prayer, y'all. Show me what I can do, what I have control of, and then help me to trust you to do the rest. And if y'all don't know what the serenity prayer is, please look it up. It is super awesome. But that's the theme of it. You doing what you can and then letting go of the rest. So when you're laying down at night and you're worried, remember the scripture says, do not worry about tomorrow. It has enough trouble of its own. So that's an important part of that, being present. Like tonight, I'm going to relax. Me right now, to be honest, I'm working on my night care. I'm working on my nighttime routine. So with that, I have certain things that I'm going to do at night to help it to be calming and relaxing. If you are laying down at night and feeling that stress, that anxiety about tomorrow, refocus. Ask God to help you to be present in the moment and be thankful for the blessings that he gave you, the things that you were able to do, and then ask him to help you to do the same tomorrow, to be present and to trust him. So if you have not, like I said, make sure you save this episode, come back, take notes, write these scriptures down, put them on your phone, on your laptop, write them down, put them on your refrigerator, on your mirror, wherever, so that you can focus on and read these and speak these when you start to feel that anxiety creeping up. Because we don't want to live in a constant state of anxiety. We want to have what? Peace. We want to have peace. So share this episode with the mom you love. Leave a review if this blessed you. Until next time, take care. God bless. Thanks so much for joining me for the Mom Self-Care Podcast. I hope you feel inspired to make yourself a priority too. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Share this podcast with another mama you love and leave a review. Also, feel free to let me know what you would like to hear about in future episodes by visiting me on Instagram at CIC Inspire Me. Until next time, take some time to take care of YOU because you matter too.